Doggone it. Just make sure this is aimed right. Hey guys, it's Busmaster99, and today I want to give you guys a POV of what it's like to drive a 2014 Honda Civic Si sedan. I figured I'd start making more videos with my new car. Right now I'm just waiting for the light to change. What I like to do is, because I have a manual car now, I like to look at the lights more frequently so I know when to go into gear. So don't mind me constantly pointing the camera to the left, because that's me moving my head to look at the signal. Alright, in gear, and go. I'll just let these ladies go. Ooh, damn son, AMG GLS 63, that's the top of the line Mercedes SUV besides the G-Wagon. Nice. FaZe Rug has one of those. He bought one for his mom. Oh, brother. Typical BMW driver. At least it's a 7 Series and not an M3 or something like that where people just go and drive them crazy. The 7 Series is the BMW competitor of the Mercedes S-Class, which is my dream car, by the way. The Mercedes S-Class, not the BMW. You'll have to excuse the sun glare too. Anyway, enough off-topic chit-chat. Let's get into what it's like to drive this thing. So, this engine has a higher redline than any other Civic. And with the new SI and even the Type R, the redline is lower because it's a 1.5 liter turbo, as opposed to a 2.4 liter naturally aspirated with VTEC. Speaking of VTEC, I'll show you what that means. Did you see that? That was my shift indicator. So this is the first car I've driven with shift indicator. Tells you when it's best to shift when you're giving it full load. Sometimes I like to stay in a lower gear so that way I can do the one pedal drive strategy, where as soon as I take my foot off the gas, it starts to decelerate all on its own without me pressing the brake. After 45 miles an hour, if I don't need extra power, I'll just put it in overdrive or 6th gear. Now we got an Audi driver. if you guys have any suggestions for the ways in which I should practice driving manual, let me know in the comments, because I did watch some videos regarding things you should never do in a manual car. One of them is don't rest your hand on the gear shifter. See, I've watched videos like that even before I owned this car. I always shift to neutral when coasting to a stop, because there's no harm done to the transmission by doing that, and also you save your clutch, because downshifting in a manual car, this goes for any manual car, is like a tedious task. It's like you can't have your foot on the brake and downshift at the same time, otherwise you'll eat up your clutch. It's called rev matching downshifts. It's where you blip the throttle and then downshift and let the clutch out, because downshifting has no effect if you keep the clutch pedal in the whole time. Watch. No effect. So that's why I do neutral. Didn't even come to a full stop. Nice. Hate when that happens. Luckily I ran it yellow and not red. Looks like I'm getting behind the bus van. Never mind. I take that back. There's a Prius in the right lane. I get in front of that F-150. Then I'll get over. So that was a rev match right there. I just rev matched into fifth. Now it's in neutral, because I'm going to turn right. Then I'm going to give it the beans again, just to show you how underrated and responsive these things can be. Because when I test drove this car, the salesperson told me that Honda engines have been outperforming a lot of higher end engines for many years. So that made me more proud to buy this car. All right, let's give her the beans. Oh man, that felt good. That's a brand new 2018 ICCE. And for those of you who don't know anything about buses, that's the make and model of the bus. worst part is, I don't even know what's going on in front of me, because this Infiniti is so huge, and my new car, which I'm in right now, obviously, is so low compared to my old one that I can barely see anything in front of it. It being the Infiniti. So it makes the Infiniti look like a semi, and there's a semi for comparison. It's about 75% of a semi, this QX80. Freightliner here, and I'm going to take a left at this light. And this car is very fun to drive, so if you're looking to buy a manual car, this is one to consider. Others to consider are the Subaru WRX, the Focus ST, and others of the like the Volkswagen Golf GTI. I once had a ride in one of those back in 2012, so 6 years ago, and the guy driving it gave it the beans and then did a brake test, and oh man, it felt like a roller coaster that could be human controlled. And here I am, 6 years later, in a car like that, where I can impress some people. So I'm hoping to do some videos like that with this car where I impress some people by giving it the beans and throwing people back into their seat and whatnot. That's what these things are good for. And they're decently fast, 6.5 seconds 0 to 60. So for those of you saying the Civic Si is slow, think again. Drive one for yourself. You'll see what I'm talking about. They're not slow, but they're not fast either. They're made to be fun. If you want fast, buy the Type R. That has 310 horsepower. That's 105 more than this. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more as always. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.